right, we head to Wall Street now as investors track the latest tariff headlines coming out of the White House and a new milestone in the world of artificial intelligence. The Dow up over 200 points. Let's take a look at the top 500 stocks. This is our interactive heat map brought to you by FinViz. All eyes on Nvidia right now as it becomes the world's first ever $4 trillion company. Yeah, I said trillion. Nvidia, the most valuable name on Wall Street right now, and it is spearheading a rally for the S&P 500. So let's bring in CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady to talk about this. Let's talk about the big news and the big win for Nvidia. Is it big enough to overshadow tariff jitters?
I mean, to some extent, yes. Nvidia plays a big role in the market, especially the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. Those are very tech, or Nasdaq's very tech heavy, plays a big role if you are invested in your 401k in an S&P index fund. But really, this is about the belief that investors have in the AI development over the next 5 to 10 years. I mean, we have talked about Nvidia. It is the building blocks when it comes to AI. They make the chips that power everything. So when you take a bet on Nvidia as an investor, you don't have to predict who is going to, quote, win the AI race. You just have to predict that there is going to be an AI race and demand for those chips. And of course, Nvidia has pretty much a lock on the market. Now, they did reach $4 trillion earlier in the day, then it kind of slipped back below. But as you said, still the most valuable company. Zoom out, though. What could come next for Nvidia? They are also mired in all of this tariff talk. China is a big market for them to sell in, and export controls on these very advanced semiconductor chips that play a role, as I said, in powering AI. That has been a pawn on the tariff trade chessboard, if you will, as well as the fact that their chips are made outside the U.S. for the most part. And sure, they are investing in manufacturing here, but most of them are coming from Taiwan. And so we will see what the tariff letter or negotiation or tariff rate is going to be when it comes to Taiwan. But big news for Nvidia today, huge accomplishment, milestone, but potentially some tariff impact for them to come.
Got it. Okay, so in addition to steep new levies on U.S. trade partners, President Trump also threatening a 50% tariff on copper imports. You mentioned copper yesterday, so what would that mean for Americans?
So this is very interesting because copper is used in so many different things. I mean, think about refrigerators. I mean, that is, or ice boxes, right? I mean, that has copper at the heart of it in terms of all of its electrical wiring, electronics as well. So you could see prices go up as a consumer. You could also see your electricity costs go up. And that is because copper, right, it's very conductive. It's at the heart of our electrical grid. It's also at the heart of telecommunications, the wires, how we communicate with each other. It's kind of mind-boggling when you sort of step back and think of how integral this metal is. Now, from the opposite standpoint, that's exactly why President Trump is putting that 50% tariff potentially at the end of this month on that metal, because it is such an important metal when it comes to national security. You would want more of that made in-house. As of now, copper prices, they spiked yesterday on that announcement, came a little bit back from the highs. But if this were to go into effect, yeah, it's going to mean higher prices eventually for consumers, likely more in the near term, those manufacturers, everyone who's using copper. Because Jules, you know, you and I, we're not going out and buying copper at the store. It's more that we buy products that include it.
Yeah, I do appreciate it, though, with all the products that you just listed. All right. As always, thanks for all the information, Kelly. See you soon.